Happy New Year's, Pisces. It's Cat's Real Life Mystic Tarot, and I'm here to give you your January 2020 reading, plus a short reading for your first 3 months, a quarterly reading for you for 2020. I hope you had a brilliant New Year's Eve. It is now January 1st. We're here and beginning this brand new year. I'm really excited about it. I meditated on your energy and I got kind of I saw you kind of in a sort of a spring-like cottage with flowers and trees and kind of storybook-like, and many children and families coming to see you. And the purpose of what you're doing is you're doing some sort of healing. So some sort of work mainly with children, but not only with children, healing families or and actually, I don't know that it's work necessarily where you're making money, but there's something you naturally do that makes children feel comfortable, and you have this natural ability to heal for some of you. So there was something in the healing arts I saw for you. Maybe this is possibly a new pursuit for some of you, something in the healing arts. Going along with that, I pulled a major arcana card for you guys, and I got the Hierophant. So that's indicative of, it can be marriage, and it can also be counseling, or it could be training. So I don't know if some of you are interested in learning some type of family counseling, working with children, even just getting married and taking on more children. It could be, but yeah, so really a healing, beautiful energy, really, especially in this gloomy time of year, such a pretty springtime, warm, cheery sort of feeling. So that was my meditation for you for 2020. Now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do your 3-month reading. And actually what I'm going to do is turn this down just a little bit because it's the music's almost a little bit too much. Okay, down. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be your first 3 months. I'm just going to take the bottom card of each. So the overarching sort of card is mystery. So a great mystery, Nut, Egyptian goddess. She has kind of an Isis sort of symbol on her head. I think that what we're getting here is this healing arts is not something you can really describe. This healing that you can do is not tangible or understandable, even if you're doing training. It's just something inherent to you, just your being, your beingness. Maybe you've had many past lives where you did some type of work like this, or where you provided this type of energy for people. So that was our first card, and then let's take a look at what else. Father of Swords. Okay, so this would be indicative of education, wisdom, solid education. Father of Swords, King of Swords, basically, is someone who is learned and knows kind of both an inner wisdom and an exterior wisdom, and educated wisdom and experience. So this could be somebody around you, or you could be adopting this type of knowledge. So I'm feeling like it could definitely be either of those two possibilities. Look at this, and again, Hierophant again. So training. I think there's some training or marriage, one or the other. But I'm really leaning towards training with the Father of Swords with my meditation. But it's kind of ironic that you got the Hierophant twice. So we'll see how that pans out in the rest of the reading. And the advice, I have the Scarab Beetle Spirit. The magic works through you. The magic works through you. So that really goes along with the first card, Nut, the mystery. You have some magical healing ability, I believe, especially in 2020, where it might be coming to light. You might be really feeling this ability. And like I said, I did visualize children or families in there, but it could be even healing childhood trauma in an adult, you know? So there's some interesting energies coming up for you that's coming through you. I'm going to start with this. It's the After Tarot. And I'm going to do your horoscope reading. So in every area of your life, we'll see where this is, you know, various things are manifesting. I usually follow the major arcana. Do this. And just to see where there's major energies. Now, where I find major arcana, that's going to be the areas where you're going to have to make a choice one way or another. The energies are going to come up, just for your knowledge, a message of an awakening. Oh my gosh, were we just having this conversation about you having healing energies? This is a calling from God, from spirit, from, you know, the universal energy, and that's a message. So let that stand, as it were. Maybe I don't have to say anymore. Maybe that was the main message that spirit wanted to get to you, that you're a healer, Pisces. I mean, that's it. But let's see in your other areas of life what we have. Okay. All right. So what I'm seeing here, and I'm going to combine a couple things because I see it already. 10 of Swords in your mind, in your house of mental energy. You have been through the ringer, Pisces. You have experienced a lot of things. You've experienced the dark night of the soul. And very interestingly, in your 8th house, that's your Scorpio house, and that's your house where deep psychological events and other things, but in this interpretation, I'm going to go with that. You've developed this strength, this ability, this taming of the harsher, more crude energies that we have in us as humans, our animal energies, even though animals aren't as cruel as humans are at times. But, you know, you have the ability to circumvent those energies. You know how to negotiate them. You have a deep understanding of this in others as well, because you've been there, you've been through it, Pisces. So any type of counseling or things, I think, is very much really a great avenue, whether you get paid for it or not. I mean, ideally you'd want to get paid for the work that you do, but maybe this is just something out of the, you know, out of your soul that comes out. So in the 4th house, I have the awakening again, that had jumped out earlier. Your house of home, your soul, your grounding, your roots, everything wants to wake you up to this. You're I don't know what else to say. I mean, it feels like this message is very, very strong for you, that you're a healer. 11th house of completion. You have a major arcana in your social groups. And so this is completion of a cycle of karma, which I think we saw in your 3rd house, the 10 of Swords. So there's been a big completion, and that's now saying that you are ready. You're ready to come out in the world as your true self, as a healer, as someone who has, you know, walked through the fire, basically. So that's what I'm getting for you, Pisces, right off the bat. Now I'm going to clarify, and we're going to talk a little bit about more mundane things, such as career, your career focus and relationships. So let's see what happens here. Okay, great. So I see a real strong career focus. You have the Magician here. I didn't talk about your 10th house yet, but you're coming out of a period of repose, a period of healing for yourself. Like, I think we talked about that. And now you have these magical talents, this ability. This is your reputation in the world. This is how you're going to, your pinnacle of achievement in the worldly plane has to do with using your talents after healing from, like this depicts a soldier going into battle. He has built this coffin before he left because he didn't know if he was going to come back, dead or alive. And he has come back alive, and he takes a period to heal by laying and really facing what he had to face. He had to face death. He had to face destruction. He had to face the reality of war and that. So he's come and he's processed it, and now he's about to, his love interest has come to wake him up and bring him back into the world. So you're coming back into the world, and with all these talents that are available to you. The magician can create everything and anything. So brilliant in terms of your full standing. In your mundane life of work, your day-to-day work, there was a little disappointment with what you were doing on a day-to-day basis, but you're kind of over it. Looks like you've made it to the shoreline. Things are getting a little bit better. This is in reverse, so any disappointments you had with your day-to-day work previously, you're kind of getting over it. But there really is something much more special for you to do, Pisces. And okay, so like fifth house, in your fifth house of relationships. Okay, so I feel you had a learning experience. I feel that somebody was very deceptive. Could have been a cheater, could have been addicted, could have been, anything. Taking you for a ride, possibly. You have temperance in reverse here, so really difficult to really digest what went on with that. It really duped you. In terms of committed relationship, you're looking for something that's fair and balanced now. I don't think you were as keen about protecting yourself previously, but now you are, and you're looking for some balance within your relationship, especially if you're going to make some sort of commitment. Three of Pentacles in reverse. I don't think that someone's up to speed as yet. Let me ask another card, because that's a little bit conflicting, those two. So let me get another card. Pisces in a committed relationship. Tell me a little bit about justice and justice and Three of Pentacles. Please clarify, what about this committed relationship for Pisces? Okay. Daughter of Swords usually means someone who's spying on you, keeping an eye on you, or gossiping. I think this ex might be still watching you. Maybe he's not done, or she's not done. Maybe harassing you ever so slightly in this situation. You may be hesitant to get involved. There may be somebody who is okay. This is a Justice card. It looks, reciprocal and a little bit better, but I think it's still time to hold off, because there's just some complicated energy here. There's somebody that's keeping an eye on you. Yeah. Anything else how about some advice for this relationship for Pisces? How about some advice for this relationship? It says believe in yourself. So this person might be trying to beat you down a little bit, just on the energetically, or on your self-esteem, or maybe they did beat your self-esteem down a little bit. Believe in yourself. It was only a control issue for them. They knew they couldn't control you, and that's how they did it. Okay. So we've talked about these. These clarifiers are kind of just confirming what we've already said. Um, just on the money front, since we're on the mundane aspects of things, Four of Cups in reverse means you may have gotten a little bit overwhelmed financially and have wanted, I don't know, have felt a little overwhelmed by financial bills or what have you. It looks like you're going to have the impetus or the ability or some inspiration in terms of getting on top of that situation again with the Father of Wands, the King of Wands. There's going to be maybe you'll consult with somebody, could be, that can help you to kind of organize the financial situation better than it is right now. It's not saying it's terrible, but and let's see what else. Ninth house. Okay, we were talking about possible training, and the ninth house would indicate higher learning. I see something here, like you could get some funding for some training. Six of Pentacles, so maybe some type of loan or something like that, or you may have to pay it back, or you may not. It might just be kind of a grant, and it'll bring on a new start. So really, if you're contemplating some type of training, especially in the healing arts, because that came through so strong, go for it. Major Arcana, the Fool here. So basically, that's what I see. Everything else looks like it just confirmed. I just want to say one other thing, though. Four of Pentacles. Okay, so Four of Pentacles in reverse. This is you or your image or how people are seeing you. Four of Pentacles in reverse, meaning you're possibly held back emotions or held yourself back. The full expression of yourself you held back in the past. But now you're bringing it out, but you're bringing it out in such a way that it's very compelling and very in charge, because you have the Emperor here. So you're coming across as someone who can fully express themselves, but in such a way that it's a very controlled, understandable, well articulated type of thing. So you're letting go of things that are within you, but you have a brilliant way of coming across with it. So if you are, like, let's say in counseling, and you are sort of sharing some of your experiences, it'll come out in such a way that it's very, very understandable to others, and kind of very helpful to others, and very respectable to them, and they'll look up to what you are telling them, the experiences that you're telling them. So basically, Pisces, that's what I want to say. Some the relationship looks like something ended that was pretty tough. Looks like you've been through the fire, but now you have such a strong calling, such as, please listen to your intuition, because it's super really wants to compel you into some sort of healing arts. I mean, that's very, very clear to me. Let me get kind of a last, anything else we can tell Pisces? See if anything wants to come through. Okay, so filling your own cup. That's the imagery I got. Refilling your own cup. Don't give too much. And it's interesting on this, you see there's like kind of an apex point on each of these, like a pinnacle. Interesting. You're coming on point with who you are, what you're going to be, a very, very sharp point. Very, like if you felt like blowing in the breeze before, now you have a focus, strong focus for your life. It's saying take time out for yourself, refill your cup. You've been through a lot, you have the experience to share, but don't overburden yourself. Don't overburden yourself. Beware when you get to that point where it's, you're ready to drop the burden, you need time alone to cleanse when you're dealing with different people in this. So time alone to cleanse and heal is there. But really fantastic, Pisces. Yeah, I would say most clearly, listen, really get with yourself, meditate, listen, because there is, Spirit wants to come through to you with this information. It obviously, particularly in the beginning of the video, there was really strong, energies there. So, Pisces, congratulations. Have a great 2020. I'm so excited for you. Really beautiful. You have really beautiful energy. And yeah, so enjoy. I'll see you next month.